Coming to you from a mad scientist's laboratory. The horror. It's the little podcast of horrors with James, Christina, and Chris.
What's up?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Little podcast of horrors.
We have a new jingle.
Seasons 2, episode 2. Welcome. I'm Chris. That's Christina. And the one who is on mute and not talking is James, who, strangely enough, is going to be leading us in this episode. Hopefully, he will do it unmuted so that you can actually hear that story, because it's a doozy, guys.
And still nothing. Okay.
Wow. No, he's doing it on now he's just being spiteful.
Oh,
So what do Madonna, Jimmy Carter, and Hugh Hefner have in common?
They're celebrities.
They all slept with John F. Kennedy?
They have all been granted the title honorary guide of the Raelian movement.
What?
Fuck.
It's true.
Are they spirit guides?
No.
Man, he just jumped into this.
That would be so cool to do like a spirit guide meditation, and then
Madonna.
and Madonna just shows up.
Hi, I'm Madonna.
What? And Jimmy Carter.
Who's the other person on that list? David.
Hugh Hefner.
Oh, Hugh Hefner.
He just walks in with a bunch of women like, hello, I'm your spirit guide.
Hugh
You know
Hefner
what?
is my spirit guide.
That tracks. That tracks. That makes sense. What's
What
up,
a
Hugh?
bummer.
What's up, Hugh? Real quick, before we go on with this, whatever the hell this hole we're falling down into, what are you guys drinking? Because I'm not drinking anything right now.
So I drank while we were chatting prior to recording.
Wow.
I whipped up a Trilby, which is bourbon, sweet vermouth, and orange bitters.
I thought that was the
That
alien in
sounds
Star
good.
Trek that, like, no, those are tribbles.
Trilby, like the hat.
I had no idea there was a hat.
I didn't either.
Trilby.
There's a hat called a trilby. Like, do you even
I just know I picked them up in Fallout. So
do you even wear a
50
trilby?
hat.
Because if you don't, something's wrong with you.
You can't sit with us.
Look at my trilby. Isn't it nice?
No. This is like some 1950s fancy pants.
Oh, okay.
Not California surf.
Oh,
culture.
sorry, 1950s. It's like
Trilby. I'm
welcome.
looking it up.
Wait, no, that's 20s.
Oh, okay.
Hey, kid, I'm wearing a trilby. How do you like that, huh? How do you like that? Check it out. It's got a feather in it. It's great.
It's kind of one of those hats that one of your 50 style mafia gangster thugs would wear.
Oh,
So a trilby is a narrow-brimmed type of hat. The trilby was once viewed as the rich man's favorite hat. So there you go.
Also delicious drink.
do you like my trilby? Does it make me look fat? Do you like it? Do you like my trilby? Is it good? Huh? Kiss my ring.
It is sometimes called the brown trilby in Britain and was frequently seen at the horse races. Thank you, Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. For those of you who don't like to read and just want answers quickly, there it is. You got a paper due tomorrow? F it. Wikipedia. A professor's
it's
worst
F it.
nightmare.
Hit Chat GPT.
Yeah, there you go.
Because get ready, because tomorrow when you got an F and your professor's like, the classic, did you use Wikipedia?
Yes, I did.
It shows.
To get this show on the road, I'm drinking a Love Honey from Lost 40, a local brewery here in Arkansas. On to the story.
I'm drinking in joy of life. That's it.
Aww.
And the joy of being with these two.
So, have you guys heard of the Raelians?
No.
The Aurelians?
Raelians.
Raelians. Oh, those are like
Aliens with an R.
are those like horny extraterrestrials?
Horny extra. Actually, you're not far off.
Because they're gonna because it's our species to rail you.
You were
Oh.
curiously not that far off the mark.
Yeah. Why am I not surprised?
So, the Raelian religion is a little thing that cranked up in the 70s.
Of course it did.
And before we start peeling away the layers of this religion, my sources for this were, one in particular was a documentary that Vice News posted for free on YouTube. It's a 2-hour long documentary. I highly recommend it because you will see things that I can't show you on a podcast that are definitely worth seeing. But the documentary was done by a dude out of Israel by the name that I am going to completely screw up, but I believe one might pronounce Yoav Shamir. His documentary is titled The Prophet and the Space Aliens. Look that up on YouTube, watch it, it's amazing. Beyond that, I also referenced Wikipedia and also the Raelian Religion's own YouTube channel. I forget the name of it.
Wikipedia.
It does not take a scientist to find it on YouTube.
Are you looking for information about horny extraterrestrials? Wikipedia. Check it out today. Brought to you by YouTube.
Wikipedia is pretty thick on this topic. I have to give them credit.
You know what else is thick? Them aliens. Mm.
But yeah, this particular religion is very hip with the times, and their sermons are posted to YouTube. So also just lots of hours available there to peruse.
And he knows, guys, because he spent all those hours perusing.
I do the research for the show.
I mean, it's all for the show.
So to give you a quick idea of where this is going, one of my favorite little tidbits of detail toward the beginning of this guy's documentary is he's getting ready to interview the leader, the prophet of this religion, and of course the first guy he runs into is the bodyguard, and the bodyguard, has to, when asked, is telling him that yes, he's a bodyguard, but they're not allowed to use violence. So he's a bodyguard who cannot use violence in any way.
He cannot actually intervene.
Left me with a lot of questions.
Does he look like Kevin Costner?
He's the watcher.
Does he look like Kevin Costner? Because if he looks like Kevin Costner, he doesn't have to use violence. He just gives that look and everybody stands down.
I presume that would be the go-to tactic. Alrighty, so let's talk about to open this can of worms. Another name I'm going to probably butcher, at least the first name, Maitreya Rael. So, spoiler alert, it's the Raelian religion. His last name's, Rael. So,
I hope this doesn't come off disrespectful, but that sounds like a character from the Never-Ending Story.
It does. I don't think that's disrespectful. I kind of love it.
Speaking of being disrespectful, I do want to throw out right off the top that this particular cult, unlike most cults that I've looked into, I haven't run into anything particularly creepy or disturbing. Like, I don't know what happens behind closed doors, but everything that I've been exposed to so far has seemed to be like a happy-go-lucky bunch. So,
okay,
there's no hate in this one. We're gonna roast the heck out of them, but But they also roast just religion in general, so turnabout's fair play as far as I'm concerned. But but that said, they're a happy bunch of folks. I was quite impressed with how just like consistently just happy-go-lucky these guys are. Okay, so Maitreya Rael is this religion's only prophet, at least on Earth. He's been a prophet for 40 years now. At least at the time of the documentary. I don't recall what year the documentary was, but let's say 40, give or take. He is totally not Rufus from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, though this is why you should watch the documentary, because like he totally is Rufus from. I'm convinced this guy is Rufus. After he was done helping Bill and Ted, he just went and started a religion.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, what is he gonna do? So his being most excellent to each other would fit this religion's ethos. So I mean, it totally fits.
Aw, I'm on board.
So his given name. So this dude's a Frenchman. So his given name is Claude Verilion, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm probably not. There will be many things I will likely mispronounce in today's show.
Dude, that name too. Verilion. Claude Verilion.
Sounds like an alien name. Verilion.
I don't know,
French, alien, what's the difference?
Honestly. JK French people, sorry.
So I will be referring to him by his current name, of course. But so Rael / Claude, he grew up without a father, so he was raised by his mother, his grandmother, and his aunt in a small French village, French Catholic town, as it were, like heavily Catholic population.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in fact a town that was famous for is famous for manufacturing prayer beads. Now,
neat.
Whereas the history books will say, he had no father present, Rael's going to tell you that he actually is very well connected to his father, who is Yahweh.
An alien?
Well, Yahweh was the Hebrew word for name for God.
I thought you said Yahweh.
Yahweh, the God of Judaism and Christianity.
Yeah. Okay.
So his father is in fact Yahweh. Jesus is his half brother.
I was about to say, so that he's like Jesus' brother,
half brother.
Okay, half.
So Rael was as a kid, he says he was a particularly kind of little small kid, so he was bullied a whole lot, and he wasn't particularly good at sports. But he finally, as he got older, found his niche where he excelled at go-kart racing. And getting into go-karts planted a seed in him that his dream was to become a race car driver. Then some years later, he discovers some musical talents. And he picks up the guitar and becomes quite a good guitar player during his teenage years, and goes on to win a singing contest during his youth. But around 16, he decided to leave home, guitar over his shoulder, heads to Paris to become a singer.
The dream.
The dream.
Jesus was a carpenter, but his brother... He dreamed of something more. I gotta sing music, Dad. No son of mine's gonna be a singer. You're going into carpentry like your brother.
Can I ask a question real quick about that part of the story? Okay, so I've been drinking beer, so I might have missed. Does he actually believe that Yahweh is his father, like his mother was like a Virgin Mary type?
Believe? No, he knows.
Oh, okay. Oh,
this is
did you say that already? And I just totally missed it.
Well, I implied it.
Okay.
But yes, virgin birth number 2.
Christina can't do
this
subtlety.
Guitar? Did he make it by hand? Because
no, I do not believe so.
Because his brother was a carpenter who, would
half brother.
He's not his brother, Chris.
Apparently
He's his own
not.
Person.
Apparently not. Whatever.
Brother from another mother. So at 16, he leaves home, nothing but guitar over his shoulder, and heads to Paris. And he's gonna go make it big. And he, in fact, actually became semi-famous under the show name of Claude Seller.
Okay.
Seller, the American pronunciation. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's some fancy French way of saying Seller, but Claude Seller. But he reached a point, though semi-famous, he realized eventually that fame, actual like big time fame, was not in his future. So he returned to his dream of becoming a race car driver. And he founded what would become a fairly popular magazine in France titled Autopop, which is an auto racing magazine.
Cool.
The idea being he wanted to race, but he didn't have any money, so hence the magazine. And so his the kind of brilliant trick he deployed here was he offered free advertising in exchange for a race car. And sure enough, Audi gave him a car for a season.
Oh, wow.
By the way, I think I just found a video of him singing.
Yes. There are videos of him singing back in the day.
Yeah. Like
I like it.
He's a skinny fella.
The dude had some chops.
Well, and he also looks like he's having like an episode while singing. He's all like, I don't know
what they would have said about Elvis.
That's gyrate. They did. It's like that's it. He's gyrating. He's like,
and I believe he would have been a contemporary to Elvis. So, but anywho, he wanted to race, didn't have the money to get into racing, so he did the magazine, and then Audi gives him a car for a season.
Amazing.
And his first foray into racing, he makes pole position, like in his very first race. So,
is that a good position? What does that mean?
I am not a professional racing expert, but like pole position, I don't remember if it's not like the top position. It's like one of the top 10 or something like that.
Okay, so it's a good spot.
Yeah. So you're starting the race up front.
Okay.
Because you qualified up there. So from there, meanwhile, he plays guitar. Going back to his music part, he had played guitar on the streets of Paris for a few years. So I forgot to mention that before he was discovered, he was just in Paris playing guitar on the side of the street. Gets discovered, starts a music career, starts the magazine. All right. So let's say that after his music career, after his racing magazine career, he then goes on to become a prophet. That's his next job.
That's very natural. That's a singer, racer, prophet.
Journalist.
What? Journalist.
Singer, journalist, race car driver, prophet.
There you go. His brother, he just went from carpenter prophet.
He decided to take it up a couple of notches.
He's like, you know what? I'm going to go spread my wings a little bit, try a few different things before I go into the family business.
Right.
The family business.
You got to sow your wild oats, man.
I got to express myself. I'm French.
Oui, oui. This is gonna be such a French religion, guys. But where was I? So anyway, he becomes a prophet, and basically his job as prophet is kind of he's going about clearing up what all of history's various prophets have been trying to tell us all along. He's here to kind of just clear that all up, because we've all been confused about it. We've all been in our particular favorite prophet's camp, but they've all been trying to tell us the same thing, and Rael's gonna fix that, tie it all together.
Okay, so what's the be all end all message?
Aliens.
Oh, they've all been saying it. Okay. It's so clear to me now.
Sexy, horny alien, baby. Yeah. And wench.
Okay, you have to use the video for this one, Chris, because the look you just did, that was priceless. Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. You got a crazy look in your eyes, bro. Everybody needs to see that.
People need to see that.
So the music career is particularly relevant because what I love about this guy is he's not only a prophet, he's not only a preacher, but he's his own musical director too. I mean, like, this guy gets up on stage, bust out his guitar, and he's just writing and singing his own worship songs. Like, he's got it all covered.
Not to mention the fact that that brings in the ladies. It's like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Well,
hang on, let me play you a song.
Like, no. That is actually why he picked up a guitar, or like at least for one reason. This guy's all about the ladies.
I mean, that's why I would do it.
That's why I would do it. Isn't that why? All these
Anybody
people are
does
like,
it? Yeah.
all these people who are at least guys, especially, they'll be like, it's about the music. No, man, the chicks.
Just dropping the panties. Yep.
So as far as what we're going to refer to this guy as, since he's been called Claude, he's been Rael, whatever, the documentarian actually asked one of the followers, like, what do you call him? And the very helpful answer that she gave him was, I will call him Rael or Maitreya or my prophet, or it depends on how I feel.
My prophet.
Yes, my prophet.
See, you just call him whatever you feel like calling him at the moment.
Hello, prophet. Hello, prophet.
Shorty.
So, before we get to the nitty gritty of this, I just wanted to mention this one because it doesn't really fit into relevance to anything else, but it makes me happy. Rael's personal dream is to have a movie the scale of, he says, of the scale of Star Wars and the Bible and the Ten Commandments done by someone that likes the George Lucas. Either that level or nothing at all.
So he got nothing at all, because
so nothing at all to date. But his dream is to get his story done like George Lucas level movie style. And you gotta have the respect. He's aiming for the bleachers or nothing.
Is this like, is there going to be like a scene between him and Jesus where they're like fighting with swords, and they're just like, God never told you what happened to your brother. He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No, I am your brother.
Half. All right. So let's talk about how this religion was born.
Starring Charlton Heston as God. You'll take my Bible from my cold, dead hands. And I'm God, so that's not going to happen, so it's mine.
I love
I just like they has like one Jewish son and one French son.
Well, gets around.
What were you gonna say, Christina?
He gets around. God gets around.
Apparently.
God loves everyone. The Lord loves everyone equally, especially
by the way,
the ladies.
Speaking of which, I should make a note of, this is an atheistic religion. So he is very clear on there is no God.
Wait, but God is his daddy.
Correct. But there is no God.
There's no God because there was no dad. He walked out. He might as well be dead to me. He was like, son, I'm going to go out and get some milk. And he didn't come back.
God.
You were there for Jesus.
Well,
we know what happened to him though. So
yeah, we know what happened to him. So maybe you lucked out on that, buddy. So, I have a plan for you. Wait, like you did for my brother? I'm not really cool about that plan. I just want to play music, man.
I'm gonna go be a singer.
I'm gonna be a singer.
I will do the music instead. Oh.
Whoa. I have to be a singer, daddy.
Okay. So why, you might ask, did successful singer / journalist / pole position race car driver suddenly become a prophet? So let's talk about the first encounter.
Okay, cool.
What else is he gonna do?
Huh?
He's got to have a fallback when the other stuff doesn't work out. Comes crawling
back. It's good to have
back.
a plan C.
Yeah, daddy doesn't exist till you need a damn job.
Okay, so the first encounter occurs in this little, I'm presuming middle of nowhere France, called, and let's have the next of my mini mispronunciation, Hue de las Olas?
I would need to see the spelling on that.
Puy space DE space LASSOLAS.
Okay, that was really long. I can't keep up with that blood drop.
I thought he was about to say like his name was. My name is Voulez-vous que je avec moi?
This is a place, not a person. But I'm just gonna say Puy for short because that.
Okay, yeah, do that.
All right, so to quote Rael himself, it happened in a very strange fashion, as you know. While out walking, I saw something shining in the sky. I thought it might be a helicopter.
Or the sun.
I thought it might be a helicopter, but there wasn't any sound. And then a hatch at the bottom opened. A staircase unfolded and small legs appeared. I began to feel very scared. So he first thought the being to whom the small legs belonged to was a small child coming out of this thing.
And that makes it scarier.
But it was not.
Because then it's followed by his ex-girlfriend. And it's all like,
oh, I have enough to drink for this episode. So anywho, he realizes it's not a small child as it walks straight up to him. And our journalist, being the great journalist he is, the first thing out of Rael's mouth is, "Do you speak French?"
Oh, yeah.
We speak all the languages of the world.
That's hot.
So he asks, "Where are you from?" And it replies, "From very far away. And I have come to talk to you, Claude Verrillion, 27 years old, journalist, father of 2 children, reviews automobiles in France."
Wait, what? Did you just add this, or was that really what he said?
No, I'm quoting the alien.
Did they get his resume or something?
He's like, "I have your CV right here. Let me read it to you." I printed your LinkedIn profile.
Right?
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I didn't know I was. Most people get abducted. I get a job interview.
If we make you our prophet, what do you feel that you could contribute to the overall religion?
And somehow this all just got way scarier too, because like an interview, fuck, got me sweating.
You've dressed for this.
I know.
He needs a Trilby hat. So he asks naturally, "How do you know all that?"
Mm-hmm.
"We know everything about you, even before you were born."
Oh, Daddy.
I mean, I don't know why. I'd just be like, everything? Everything. Listen, That incident 3 years ago behind the Piggly Wiggly, I mean, shit happens, okay? You're not going to hold that against me, are you? We don't talk about that.
Filthy
so Claude is invited into the craft. And this is good. This is where it gets good. Over the next 6 days aboard the craft, the alien dictates various messages to him to share with the world. So, quoting the alien.
Wait, so they're just in this craft for 6 days? I mean, are they like
dictate messages?
But are they like flying through the universe? Are they just in the same spot, just sitting there? Okay.
I mean, imagine if they just sat there for 6 days. That wouldn't be very inconspicuous.
Everybody's like, what the fuck is that?
All I'm seeing right now is like afterwards he's relaying this story to one of his friends, and they're just kind of like, what did the inside of the ship look like? You know, it's crazy, but it kind of looked like the inside of a Holiday Inn. I don't know why.
Or maybe the ship did stay there, but it's France.
Claude.
So passers-by were like, whoa, what is this?
Claude,
I don't know, I'm retired.
Claude, when they were dictating things to you, what else was going on? I'd just be like, oh God, how do I tell him?
So you're ready to hear some alien messages?
Yes.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
We created humanity.
Of course.
We were the ones who started all the religions on Earth.
Of course you did.
What?
Jackasses.
Why would you do that?
And now that humanity is capable of understanding this, we are. Now that humanity is capable of understanding this, we would like you to build an embassy where we can land officially in front of everyone.
Okay,
I'm still hung up on the whole they made all the religions. So they were like going around to like groups, you know, like, you guys will be the Baptists. You hate everybody that's not you.
Yeah.
And then you shall be the Catholics. I'm not going to say any more about that.
Well, they intentionally cause like mass confusion that we can never come together over, and now they're like, let's come in now.
Well, no. Remember what I said in the beginning. Rael is coming along to clear up what all the prophets of all the religions have been trying to tell us all along. They've all been on the same page. We just haven't been getting it.
But bro,
it's us.
Over here
to us though.
And then over there it's the Buddhists are like, that's what we've been trying to tell you people. You didn't listen to us. Because that's their thing, is like we're all going up the same mountain, just taking different paths. You were right, Buddhists. Should have listened.
I agree, but I feel like these aliens are just agents of chaos, and they just wanted to fuck with us a little bit, and I'm not here for it.
Maybe they're just not. Maybe they're just not as good at this as they want us to think they are.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, I always
our real gods are fuck ups, which is what I always kind of figured.
It just ends up like everything goes to hell, and they're finally like, all right, look, we screwed up, okay? It was a dare. We were having a party. We got shit-faced. Goldog over here was like, hey, let's make people. Hey, let's make them all believe different shit. And then, I don't know, let's just see what happens.
And I always like to say, do not attribute to malice that which can be easily explained away by incompetence.
We messed up, okay? We're sorry. Whatever. Here's some spaceships. Enjoy.
So, after this, Rael goes on TV. Because, you know, the guy's kind of semi-famous. He's got the ability to go on TV. Being the famous senior journalist that he is. And a week after his TV appearance to explain, you know, reciting what happened, he says he was flooded by letters of people wanting to help him. So the next thing he does is he goes to a conference at Paris' most famous theater, the Soleil Pleyel, I guess, to speak there in front of a bunch of people. And he claims that like 2,000 people were like waiting to get in to listen to him. So he gives his big speech there. And then from there, he publishes his first book about the encounter.
It sounds like so he's like Trump now. He's kind of like, so many people were there.
Well,
like
French.
So many people were there. Like I was all like, tons of people. Yeah. And then really there's only like 17.
So his first book is Le Livre que dit la vérité, or in English, the book that tells the truth.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
La livre de vérité or something like that. Le livre
Yes.
de vérité.
Yes, that's.
I got one.
For anybody wondering, Christina here, she actually studied French in college. She's also lived in France.
And can barely speak it now, so.
You can speak it better than me and him can.
Degree wasted.
I kind of feel like a missed opportunity. Is like this guy. I wish he hadn't done it first, because I would love to publish a book simply titled "The Book That Tells the Truth."
Yeah.
Like, oh man, why didn't I think of that? So Rael then, from this point on, moves to another part of France and has the second encounter in Roqueplatz, I guess how you pronounce that, on October of 1975. This time, they take him to their planet.
Nice.
All right.
So let's talk about the second encounter.
Did it too look like the inside of a Holiday Inn?
So, to quote the aliens again, we are very satisfied with you and everything you have done for the past 2 years. It is now time to pass on to the next stage, since you have proven to us that we can trust you. Pass the interview.
Oh, good job, Rael.
They were telling me they were really, really satisfied. And then I did the best job ever. So, just saying, everything I say is the truth. Bonjour. I'm French.
He's taken to paradise. And this is where, oh man, you need the visuals. You've got to watch the documentary because they show the visuals.
I think I need alcohol for this.
Is totally a hippie acid trip of epic proportions.
Yes.
Sweet.
So while in paradise, he sees all sorts of things, such as multicolored birds with like big, long alien curled beaks and stuff.
Yeah. For probing stuff.
And pink and blue squirrels that had the heads of bear cubs.
Oh, creepy, but also adorable.
Oh, you fucked with squirrels, Morty. You fucked with squirrels. I told you we gotta pack our shit. We gotta get out of here.
And I showed you guys the pictures
squirrels
of this crazy stuff. So after the multicolored birds and after the pink and blue squirrels with bear cub heads is the robots.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to quote Rael here, telling his story. One of the robots came towards me, and with the help of a small device similar to a syringe, pricked my forehead so lightly that I hardly felt it. An entity was formed before my eyes. As the skin covered the flesh, I saw another me.
God, this is gnarly.
The skin covered the flesh.
Right. So what he's saying is he's literally sees a copy of himself, like just out of thin air built in front of him real time. It's like first you see bones, then you see muscle, overlay that, then you see flesh, and so on until it's a complete duplicate of him.
I was just more like skin and flesh are the same thing. So aren't they? It's like I saw the hair cover the hair and come out of the hair.
Referring to the muscle.
Hey,
I saw another me, and I thought that's perfection. That's beautiful. That's hot. And then we open mouth kissed for a while. Tongues going crazy.
To do because the other him had no mind.
Oh.
It's just a duplicate. There's nothing in there.
So basically like a perfect copy then. Tongues were going and it's okay because I'm French. We're
the same.
Au revoir, alien me.
So back to the aliens.
I had to take a drink on that. That was a lot to process.
You know, what's crazy is I'm doing this dead sober. I can't even be like, sorry guys, I have a little bit too much to drink. Nope.
This is the real him.
This is me. This is me. And if I've offended anybody out there, I'm sorry. I do apologize.
And if he hasn't offended you, just wait.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
It's coming. Oh boy.
We won't leave you out.
So, back to the words of our wise aliens. In my first message, I told you of a residence located on our planet where people from Earth can continue to live, thanks to the scientific secrets of eternity that is based on a single cell. Among those people are Jesus, Moses, Elijah, and so on.
And wait, what? And what?
And
so
Sauron?
On.
Oh,
so
and
on.
so
Lord of the
on.
Rings?
Etc.
What?
Etc.
Another name. I was like, and someone. Wait, what?
I just like it. It's like Jesus, Moses, Elijah, and some other dudes.
Jesus,
Like,
Moses, Elijah.
Bunch others.
All
male. All male
Meanwhile-
because we do not accept women here.
Meanwhile, over there, Larry's like, oh,
I never get mentioned.
never get mentioned, bastards.
So next, the robot asks, would you like some female companions?
Oh, fuck you. Okay, come on now.
Come, you can make your own choice.
No.
Then he got to spend the night with 5 women.
No. Nameless 5 women. They don't matter. We've invited all these ascended masters. They were males. No chicks allowed unless it's an orgy.
Hold your judgment just for now, because there's a lot more to say on that.
Okay.
Hold your judgment, because there's going to be way worse shit to judge than this.
Okay.
It's going to get so much worse and so much more sexist.
So this results in the second book, Space Aliens Took Me to Their Planet.
And I fucked them all.
So I got a lot. No, so see, one of the illustrations of him on the planet that again I want you to see so bad is it's an illustration of him and some of his alien buddies, like in the background, and the foreground is like the legs of a stripper. Like
oh my god!
Club with his alien buddies. It's like this is amazing.
Oh my gosh, they better be big time tippers.
Okay.
Yay, he's got one.
Now I'm drinking.
Now you're drinking. Okay, so let's talk about Raelism, the religion, now that we've established how all this was born.
Okay.
So, it was founded by Rael in the 70s. And the best way I know how to describe it, I'm probably not doing justice, but after everything I've been exposed to, I feel like it's a futuristic hippie cult led by a guitar playing Rufus with strippers.
Yep.
That's my take on the religion.
Hmm.
But anywho, as previously stated, there is no God as a central tenet of the religion. Only extraterrestrial beings who we have been mistaking for gods.
Of course.
A little oopsie doodle on our part.
But who made the aliens?
Robots.
So right, robot. It's robots all the way down after that. But right, so Elohim is one of those extraterrestrial beings, his father.
That's
I mean, sorry, not Elohim. I'm sorry.
Elohim.
Towards Yahweh. The aliens are called collectively the Elohim.
Oh.
Which is apparently, he says, the term is plural for those who came from the sky, is what Elohim means.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, these are alien. So this is where it gets a bit fun. So these are alien scientists, or rather, they're actually humans, but from space.
I mean, the Hebrew word literally means gods.
Okay.
That makes sense, I guess.
Potato, potato. So anyway, the Elohim are alien scientists or humans from space, if you will, who came to Earth and created synthetic artificial life, if you will, us. So humans came to Earth to create
synthetic
humans.
I mean, we do have a lot of plastic in us at this point. So
yeah, we the human race were created by the space humans.
Okay, makes sense.
So they can actually create, or rather, a human can be created from as little as a handful of sand, which includes everything needed to create a human, given you have the right technology.
So a handful of sand and then just like a shitload of tech.
Yes, exactly.
Not really just one ingredient. And that's
voila. So Rael also believes that humans were basically, we are created from alien DNA, which I then presume means alien DNA is in sand. I guess that's the takeaway here. So therefore, cloning is a big central part of their philosophy. Their scriptures say that one day they will be able to clone themselves, download the personalities into the clones, and live eternally. So who knew Emperor Palpatine was right?
Yeah, aren't we trying to do this shit right now?
Palpatine was.
I want to make myself a little taller, you know. It's like, let's go for 6 feet.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had something I would taller.
So this is where it's kind of, this is Rael likes to really roast the rest of us, if you will, because he says that unlike all the other religions, the Rael religion promises scientific, reachable eternity.
Okay.
Their eternal life is via science.
My religion, we're going to create Android body copy clones and then download into those, and you can make yourself even better. And that makes us better. That makes us number one. You suck. Immortality. Science. Au revoir.
So the Elohim also created 40 Elohim human hybrids to be prophets. So these hybrids include Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, and of course Rael, who's the 40th and final prophet.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Larry.
Yeah, poor Larry, man. He just gets thrown in with the other 30-something.
Son of a bitch!
So the Raelians believe that in 1945, the Age of Apocalypse began. Not with the X-Men.
I am Apocalypse.
but with the dropping of the A-bomb on Hiroshima.
Okay.
That kicked us off the Age of Apocalypse, which we are now still in.
It's the age of
also
apocalypse.
Of that era, what I found rather, let's say, interesting is their insignia. So and Rael wears it as like a big, like emblem on a chain around his neck, his bling, if you will. The Raelian insignia is a Star of David with a swastika inside.
What? Okay.
Okay,
so was it based on the original meaning of the swastika, or were we going with the Nazi meaning of the swastika?
So Rael says it means infinity and space.
I really thought he was about to say infinity and beyond.
Infinity and space. But so Rael's claim, of course, with some credence, mind you, is that the swastika predates Nazi use.
Yes.
And is in fact an old symbol of the Elohim. So he's more clinging to the older, ancienter use of the symbol, which he claims originated with the Elohim, was on their spaceship and on their little space outfits when they came to
on the little space outfits. They're so cute with their little boots.
But yes, so he said, the symbol means infinity in space, and in fact, one of his claims about us, what we are, is that we are, quote unquote, we are infinity taking consciousness of itself.
Ooh, I like that. I don't know why.
I like that too.
I was like, okay, that's sexy.
So, because, as I mentioned, cloning is central to their way of thinking, Rael was actually invited by the U.S. Congress to testify regarding the moral and the ethical issues of cloning, because Rael claims that he has the tech to do it.
Oh.
But yeah, like during the period that
was this during when they did the sheep? They cloned the sheep.
I don't know if it was exactly, but it was rare about then. It was around where we started realizing, we're kind of like on the verge of cloning becoming a thing. Maybe we should talk about the ethics of it. It was around that period. Yeah. All right,
we're about to do this. Maybe we should discuss if this is. Should we?
Who should we consult? I know.
Yeah, this guy. What?
I mean, it's better than getting Jeff Goldblum. It's like, just because you can't do, I don't know.
I'm like, I prefer Jeff.
I would too. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
Whereas he's like, yes, do it. Do it faster. Sooner, do it faster. This is the way to eternal life. Get on it already. That's what Rael's going to tell you. All right. So another central belief, because central to all religions is, why do we exist and whatnot? What purpose do we serve? So the question, why am I alive? The Raelist answer is to be happy. We exist to be happy.
Not the first time I've heard that. Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
This religion is not big on a whole bunch of rules and doctrine and dogma and whatnot. Okay. He says that there is no rules. There's only one rule: love. That's it. That's the only rule there is.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe okay, screw it. Second rule. Excuse me. Absolute nonviolence. Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay. I just feel like This is all a facade so that way he can promote his new album. It's like so many of these sound like song titles.
If so, this has been a 40-year buildup.
Hey, man. You know? What was that thing about love? What did he say?
That's the rule.
That's the only rule.
There's only one rule.
Well, so the documentary, when he's asked, he first says there's no rule. And he says, well, there's only one rule, love. And then kind of a second rule, no violence. So absolute nonviolence. Absolute nonviolence. They are very pacifistic.
There's no rules except one to love. Maybe also don't hurt other people, but mostly.
He says, except for that,
love.
people are free.
Mm-hmm.
You do what you want, whatever.
Have you heard of Abraham Hicks?
No.
Maybe I should do an episode on them. It's a lady that channels this spirit. And his messages are always about your purpose in life is just to be joyful, move toward your joy, be happy, and love. Those are the only rules.
Yeah. So this is where, they strike me as very, and of course they, coming from the 70s, hardly a surprise, but they strike me as very hippie adjacent. Mm-hmm. And then they're also very, we'll get into next time, but they're very, very egalitarian, very vocally anti-sexist, very pro women's rights, very LGBTQ friendly, the whole, they are very just, everybody is absolutely equal, period, kind of philosophy by his teaching, other than the Elohim human hybrids being a sausage party. But anywho, so Rael claims that when we finally do achieve peace, whenever in the future that is, then the Elohim will return to Earth and establish a utopia here. Which kind of confuses me, because wasn't it during the second encounter, he was taken there and was shown paradise. So it was
yeah,
what paradise both play? What's going on?
They're just trying to have two locations. They're branching out.
Maybe the other planet paradise is just for the hybrids. I don't know.
It's a little hard to get humans there, so they're just trying to do us a favor.
Yeah,
it was solid.
The paradise to us.
Yeah.
So to that end, the Raelians, and I mentioned this was sort of the charge from I believe the first encounter. So the Raelians want to build an embassy with a landing pad for the spaceship. That's one of their big goals. And so another thing, and we'll close on this one for now. But we now have this atheistic religion. There is no God because, oops, we mistook aliens for gods. So with that being the case, Rael also says that they don't pray; they just meditate for peace. That's it. So there's no gods, no prayer, not much of a dogma going on. You just meditate for peace.
Okay.
So I think this is a good point to put a pin in it for this episode. But next time, part 2, we have much more to say about our pals, the Raelians and their aliens. Especially, I want to tell you all about the Pleasure Hospital.
Oh, shit.
Next time.
Are you feeling a little under the weather?
Oh, no.
Are you feeling sick?
We need you to have a cold again, Chris.
Then you
I know, right?
Then you need to come on down to the Pleasure Hospital.
Didn't they already do this in the old days where they were like, this woman's hysterical, what she needs is an orgasm, and so the doctors would do things to her?
I'm sorry, what?
Actually, this is definitely not that. It is
I didn't hear.
He unplugged his mic.
Let's frame it without giving too much of a spoiler. Them being anti-sexist. I guess you could say the sort of driving force behind this is that pleasure has been far too long tilted far toward being men's domain, and it's time for the ladies to have their share.
I mean, like, okay.
I'm like, I'm not feeling so good.
Well, baby,
I think you just need an orgasm.
As long as it's consensual.
She's like,
everything about this religion is super consensual.
Okay.
She's over here like,
and I'm on board.
She's like, well, I mean, my leg got cut off in an accident.
That's okay. We'll mend it right up with an orgasm.
I don't think that's gonna help. I'm losing a lot of blood.
Oh my God.
You're gonna lose more than that when you see what I can do with my little finger.
My little finger.
Pleasure hospital.
God.
Thanks for listening to Little Podcast of Horrors. If you liked this episode,
I wonder what their ER is like.
Please like and subscribe and tell your friends.
Wait till you see their fire department.
We're gonna get canceled for this fucking episode.
What are you talking about, man? We're gonna get like tons of people. They're gonna be like, "This is juicy. I'm listening to this." Madge, why are you sweating so much? Listen to that podcast over there. Just shut up. It's my what? Hey, you know what? No, nobody gets to with 50 Shades of Grey and their shit.
So I'm just gonna put out there. I think this episode, since this religion is totally led by Rufus, look him up. Tell me I'm wrong. This episode should be Rael and the Elohim's Excellent Adventure.
I agree. That's what it's going to be titled. So
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Especially since, he founded a religion whose central tenet is, for all intents and purposes, be excellent to each other and party on.
And also have lots of orgasms.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's assumed in party on.
With robots.
And they're gentle pricks.
Oh God.
Oh.
It's what it said.
I'm not saying that my copy and I didn't do naughty things to each other. We did. It was great. Loved it. Au revoir.
I'm logging off.
Bye.